Top 5 most important AI tools that every business should consider using. Number 1, Notion. Notion is one of the most important tools that a lot of smaller companies could start with, organizing their documents, tracking tables, and even managing your mails. What happens with Notion is that they introduced AI a while ago. Notion's biggest advantage is that they have access to all the documentations that you have put there and then have all the network of your company within the organization. For example, I was trying to come up with a pricing strategy for our startup, AutoManus, and it kind of scanned through the entire documentations of the workspace and it just gave us a really, really nice pricing strategy that most of the strategy operations person cannot really come up with within a very short time. So if you're running a business and your team is not that big, as in it's not like over 1,000 people or something, then using Notion AI is probably a very cheap and useful tool to consider. Second one is any lightweight CRM tools. A lot of businesses that we're speaking with are using things like Odoo, which is a Belgian-based company. What Odoo does is you can think of it as Salesforce or HubSpot, but they're specifically mainly targeting smaller businesses or people who are more sensitive to costs. But it doesn't mean that their software is not that good compared to Salesforce. What it means is that it's very easy to onboard. And for every business, it's so important to manage your customer relationships. And Odoo is just such a tool that is so easy to help you manage from who's your customer to what company they're from, how long you have been talking to each other for. And they're a very modular based tool, meaning that you can just pull in the functionalities you need, quoting, invoice, managing customer relationships, tracking all the documentations and even emails, which is super helpful. The third one I would say is ChatGPT. I didn't put it as number 1 because you must have a good way to manage your documentations of your company as well as a way to manage your customer relationships before any generic AI tool could be helpful for your business. One thing that's really good about ChatGPT is that it also has a very good AI memory layer over there. So for example, now if I ask about who we're targeting at AutoManus, ChatGPT always remember who was our initial few pilots that we signed, who are our paying customers, and what is our go-to-market strategy. And essentially, we're basically helping all businesses to manage their sales leads using our AI agents so that when it comes to very complex long cycle discussions or initial screening of your customers, it just can handle it for you. And now we have launched WhatsApp, and later we're going to launch functionalities on emails as well as SMS. So ChatGPT just remembers all of this because I always just dump a lot of Notion pages to it or telling it about what's going on in our CRMs. Also, as a tech startup, I also tell it about our investor pitches, customer talks. So it just remembers everything that we have. Number 4, I would say, is CapCut. So these days, you might have seen some very viral videos on either TikTok, Instagram, YouTube Shorts. They're usually edited in a very quick way. And CapCut is one of the most important AI tool out there for video editing. You might see that a lot of people are trying to promote AI for editing, but I would say ByteDance has done the best job so far. And I personally use CapCut for pretty much every single one of my video. And I actually moved from iMovie, which is the Apple's native video editing platform, to CapCut. It easily helped me to add subtitles, translate into all sorts of languages by timestamps, which means that it's very fitted into video editing. They just have a whole portfolio of templates or visual effects that you can just use for videos. A lot of the AI native features they have are just super helpful for any smaller businesses, whether you're a technology company or if you're selling your own brands, D2C, all this kind of stuff. And number 5 is the most important one, which is AutoManus. It's an AI sales leads manager for businesses who are selling complex long cycle sales solutions. So for example, if you are a business building custom home goods, then a lot of the time the salespeople are spending 30 to 40% of the time actually talking to customers, and the rest of the 60 to 70% of the time they're wasted on screening the deals, answering a lot of the repeated initial questions, and usually these things happen on messaging. And a lot of these businesses' website do not even have a chat over there. What AutoManus provides is a way to allow an AI agent to do the initial inbound communications for you, explaining what exactly your product is, and ask the question exactly the way you configure it to do. You can just answer questions nonstop on WhatsApp, and we also currently provide a landing page code widget, which means you can just add a bot on your landing page. It's not the usual landing page chatbot you see. There's an AI agent behind it. All the conversations you have will eventually be turned into, we call it the leads hub. You're going to see a list of all the maybe 50 customers who talked to your WhatsApp agent over the past few days. And then you can just literally just read them in one channel, screen them, and then make sure you approve or disapprove some of them. And then our AI agent in the leads hub will also extract some of the to-dos, important information about the customer, their company, what to follow up with, what are some of the next steps, what are the products they're interested in, into the active leads, so that your sales team or your go-to-market team can just focus on who to follow up with. So these were the top 5 tools that I would recommend any business to use with AI in 2026.